Alright, what's up guys? Aphotic Cthulhu here, and I am showing you the variation of Sunder Juggernaut that I am playing this build, or this league. It is based around this Greed's Embrace, which is a pretty bad armor, except you do get extra quant, and you do get extra item rarity, and that's the main thing about this Greedy Sunder Boi build. So we want to try and stack in as much as we possibly can, while keeping our survivability just high enough to actually survive red maps, which you will be able to survive red maps if you follow this guide. Now I do have a 6-link at Zeri's Disfavor on, which costs about 8 exalted. You don't need this, but when you get this, your attack speed goes way up, and of course your DPS goes up as well. But with this build, we want our attack speed as high as we possibly can get it. So because we are going to be moving pretty slowly, so what we want to do is we're going to be using Leap Slam to move around for the most part. So we want to get our attack speed up. So if you can get your hands on one of these, go for it. But that will force you to put Blood Magic on Sunder, on Leap Slam, and on your total. Wherever he is, he's right here. So if you use a poverty axe called Hezmana's Bloodlust, you automatically get blood magic. You don't have to worry about attaching blood magic support to your items. But this is a great upgrade, so get it when you can. Bloodlust when you can. Alright, so moving on, but the main thing is you want to get this armor here, Greed's Embrace. It has -10 fire res, -20 lightning res, -20 movement speed. So that's a lot of stuff, but that's why I believe it's called Greed's Embrace. You gotta, you know, risk it for the biscuit, as they say. So you want to get you a Greed's Embrace. Now you probably won't be able to use this until you get to maps. You'll probably want to be looking for something that let's see, that at least has some armor on it that's going to carry you. Like this is actually a pretty bad example, but it just has a lot of armor. The mods on it are pretty bad, but for armor and survivability, that's fine. And then I have also a good belt I use when this is what I use for early on in maps. You want to get that rustic sash so you can get the global increase, and then just search for ones with 100 life on it, and then pick up reses along the way. Now that is what you want to use to get up to this point. I am pretty deep into maps and all that. As you can see, I have 132 out of 159 completed. I did not kill these bosses. This build cannot do that, so had to pay. But anyways, alright, so now what I got on is a Bisco's collar, 2 Venter's Gambles, and they're not the best Venters in the world. This one actually has a -23 reduced item rarity, but I'm getting a lot of res from these two, and then of course what little bit of increases we do have. I'm getting 12% quantity combined from those, 12% quantity from my armor, another 5% quantity from Bisco's leash. Now you don't necessarily need this, but I myself, I do a lot of mapping, so I like the rampage effect as well as getting the extra 5% quantity of items. So I think it's, and with this being a greed build, I think you definitely want to take it. Now for the gloves and for the boots, this is where you're gonna have to get, you want to pack in as much life as you can. Fortunately, I didn't get very good life on my gloves, but those gloves are pretty good. Try res if you're including chaos, which nobody really cares about chaos res, but it's a plus. And then on the boots, those are really nice. So you would like 30% movement speed if you can get it. At the time when I bought those boots, I didn't have enough currency to really go for better boots, but those are really good. That enchant is pretty stupid, but whatever. And then a Devotos for the helm. You're going to want Devotos in this build for the extra armor and for the movement speed, whereas with a normal Sunder Juggernaut, a lot of people do like to take Star Conja's head, which is fine as Sunder Juggernaut, but in this case you really want the extra move speed, and of course there's extra 16% attack speed, which is going to speed up our leap slam, and all this all this synergy is working together. Things you want to look for: attack speed, movement speed, and then increase item rarity and increase item quantity. Now that's after you make sure you got your reses capped. That's most important, because if you go out here with 30 cold res, you're gonna get murdered. Alright, so that's basically the gear. These 5 items are the big thing here. Or 4 items, excuse me. The belt, the armor, Greed's Embrace, the belt, Bisco's Leash. Find you 2 decent Venters that will not hurt you on your reses, and that will give you IIR and IIQ when you can get it. You don't want any negative IIQ. You can take a little negative IIR because you're going to have a ton of IIR. You don't want any negative IIQ. And then, it's not the best Biscos in the world, but, you know, got a Biscos up there. I think I bought that one for 2x. Something like that. Not sure the exact price. And, okay, but that's basically the gear. Now, the difference also, we're not going to follow the 100% Sunder Juggernaut path, but I have up to this point pretty much, except I could be getting more life nodes right now, which is pretty much what you would want to be doing at this point, like doing T15s with 4.7 or 4.4 health. There's like life here, there's a bunch of life nodes that I can get. Here's like 1, 2, 3, 4 more. There's one behind the wheel, so there's at least 6 life nodes that I should be working on if I was running the Sunder Juggernaut. But I'm not. This is Greedy Sunder Boi. So what I'm doing is, once you get to about this point, I think I'm level 88 right now. Right now I've taken these 2. This is going to give us more attack and movement speed. But really, you don't really want that one. I'm just had that one as a placeholder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 1, 2 right here to get this jewel socket, and then you can respec later and go up to down instead of down to up. But if you go this way, it's only 2 points, so you can use it as a placeholder. If you go this way, you need 3 more points. We don't need this dex node, which is why you want to respec later, so you can just get an extra strength node instead of dex node. Okay, but now, after that, I'm going to go 1 more down to the right of iron reflexes, and then I'm going to enter this wheel here. This is going to give me more physical damage and more attack speed, even faster, even stronger clears. And then after that, that's still going to leave just a few more points. I'm not sure what I will take after that. I may just go back up here and get more of these, because I really don't feel like I need more life at this point. This guy is made for farming maps. Basically, not the bosses. You can kill a lot of bosses with this. It's gonna be a little slower, but you can do it. But there's a lot of bosses you can't kill, and you don't even want to think about killing. So, this guy is made for farming maps and for just going. Now the potions, the flask setup I got going is I just got an instant recovery one, and it's immune to curses, which whatever kind of other buff you want to mod you want to go for it. I really just use it for the instant recovery, and I forgot to use baubles on it before I made it magic, so I haven't gone back in and increase that percentage on that. But the second one, I have a staunching flask which removes bleeding. Then I'm running at Zeri's Promise for a little extra damage, but really for the leech. That 2% really helps out at times. And then good old Lion's Roar. We all probably know about Lion's Roar. And then you want to make sure you get you a Quicksilver, but not only a Quicksilver, you want to get a Quicksilver of Adrenaline. You can see the second mod down there, 28% increased movement speed during flask effect. So this is getting 68% movement speed when you use this flask. We going from being super slow to, I mean, you know, that's okay, you know. And then you got Blood Rage, which will give you more movement speed when you get in there. Now, when do I use my adrenalines? Because remember, we're basically using Leap Slam to get around. I'll switch to it. That's my backup weapons. And this will be the axe. But if you got Blood Magic on Leap Slam, you can still use Bright Beak to get around if you want. It's going to give you 50% increased attack speed. So there's pretty much the setup. Lastly, we should talk about, what was it? Oh, my R's. Really, you probably want to run Determination. You need to run Determination. Now, usually with Sunder Juggernaut, we would not run Determination this late in the game. But with us only having around 15,000 total armor with Determination, you're gonna need that, or else it's good night. So run Determination, probably with Hatred is what I'm gonna suggest most people that run this would do. The reason why I have Herald of Ashes, because it is a greedy build, remember, and I'm trying to get everything I can out of it. Now I have my Herald of Ash, connected with the item rarity support. It's pretty low level because we don't have very much int, because we're stupid. So we're made to smash, not read books. So but so I have that connected to that. So anytime your Herald gets a kill, it's gonna get a boost in rarity from that. So extra greed right there. Now if you wanted to be really greedy, now this one's even kind of, I don't even know if I want to test this one out. If you got yourself a 6-link on Sunder, you could take off Fortify and put in an item rarity there, but that's up to you if you want to run around without Fortify while we're already pretty weak. But since I am running Herald of Ash and Determination, that leaves me an extra 25%. So you want to grab Arctic Armor as well. So might as well fill in that 25% with a little bit of extra help from Arctic Armor. So yeah, that's basically it. Greedy Sunder Boi, Greed's Embrace, Bisco's Collar, 2 Venter's Gambles, and a Bisco's Leash. And then on the tree, once you get to about level 86 or so, is where you're going to alter the Sunder Juggernaut build. I'll find the link for that and put it in the description below. And you got, now I will say, if you're not used to Sunder Juggernaut, you shouldn't try this first, because you're gonna have to play your flask, your health flasks, along with your other flasks, and a lot more than you would if you had 22 to 28,000 armor. So if this seems fun for you, like you like the Sunder Juggernaut playstyle, and you want to try to milk as much IIQ and IIR out of it as you can, this is the way to go for you, I think. I'm enjoying it this league so far, and I've only started doing this for about a couple days now, but I've managed to, after spending all my money that was loaned to me to get my X, and I've farmed about 2X and 108 Chaos. I was flat out of currency, and that's what we got. That's gonna do it for this video explaining Greedy Sunder Boi build, or variant. It's not its own build, it's definitely a variant of the Sunder Juggernaut build, but this is the Greedy Sunder Boi. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share, Aphotic_Cthulhu. I'm usually live on Twitch most nights. We usually play a lot of retro though, but I do dabble with some Path of Exile.